What's up guys and welcome to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Character Profiles. This week we're doing Ishizu Ishtar. So in the English version she's known as Ishizu Ishtar. In the Japanese it's pretty much the same. She's 20 years old and her anime debut is in Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode 52, The Past is Present. Here are her wins, here are her losses, and here is a dual score. So, Ishizu Ishtar is a character from the second series of Yu-Gi-Oh! And also features in the manga. Her name is sometimes rendered by fans as Ishizu Ishtar, as Ishizu is the pronunciation of the name Isis in Japanese. Her name supposedly derives from the Egyptian deity Isis and the Mesopotamian deity Ishtar. In the anime, her family guarded the pharaoh's tomb for generations. She also possessed one of the Millennium items, specifically the Millennium necklace. So Ishizu has straight black hair that trails just below her shoulders and features two locks wrapped in gold rings coming from behind her ears. She is slender in build and has tan skin. She wears the Millennium necklace around her neck before she gave it to Yugi. Ishizu's first outfit consists of a long ankle-length dress partially bearing her shoulders, featuring black patterns around the neck and the rims of the sleeves. She also wears a gold piece of headwear featuring an emerald where it meets at the front. During the Battle City tournament, she wears a cream-coloured sleeveless one-piece dress with the bottom similar to a sarong, matching a waist-length veil which widens and spreads below her shoulders. She also wore a variety of bracelets and a brooch bearing the Eye of Wijat on her veil. She also wore a piece of cloth to cover her mouth to conceal her identity. So, Ishizu's family guarded the tomb of the pharaoh for generations, and two of the Millennium items, the Millennium Rod and the Millennium Necklace, which were passed on to Ishizu and her brother Marek. Marek was forbidden to leave the pharaoh's tomb because it might divert his attention away from his heritage. However, he convinced Ishizu to let him take a trip outside. After this event, Marek no longer wanted to become a tomb keeper, and when he was forced to take the initiation ritual to become a full tomb keeper, he unwillingly released Yami Marek, who took the Millennium Rod for himself. Now, a big thing that happened in the manga version was that Dark Marek specifically skinned his father with the rod, and then threw the skin of his father's back, which bared the scars of his own initiation ritual, onto the back of the unconscious Odeon. Now, that's pretty dark. In the Japanese anime, he also killed his father to stop him from killing Odeon. In the English anime, he sent his father to the Shadow Realm, however. Regardless, Yami Marek was sealed away in Marek's body by Odeon. Ishizu did attempt to stop Marek's quest of unlocking the power of the pharaoh for himself by taking the Egyptian god card, Obelisk the Tormentor, before Marek could. After this, Ishizu became the Secretary General of the Egyptian Supreme Council of Antiquities. She became a museum curator in order to lure Yugimoto and Seto Kaiba in order to save Marek from his darker alter ego. She gave Kaiba Obelisk the Tormentor in exchange for him starting the Battle City tournament, where he could acquire the remaining god cards, but told him that regardless, he would end up returning the cards to her. She had predicted this using the power of her Millennium necklace. Later, Ishizu qualifies to the Battle City quarterfinals, where she duels Kaiba. She predicts all of Kaiba's moves and foresees her victory, but a vision of Kasara compels Kaiba to summon Blue Eye's White Dragon instead of Obelisk. Kaiba claims to make his own future and tributes Obelisk the Tormentor and Gadget Soldier to summon Blue Eyes, hence avoiding his predicted defeat. Following her loss, Ishizu gives the Millennium Necklace to Yugi, claiming that it is no longer necessary as the future it predicts is not infallible and can be changed. During the finals, where Yugi faced Marek, Odeon convinces Marek to accept responsibility, freeing him from Yami Marek. Ishizu and Marek are then able to fulfill their duties as tomb keepers by revealing the pharaoh's memory, which had been carved onto Marek's back. Ishizu, Marek and Odeon then return to Egypt to start a new life. During the dawn of the duel arc, Ishizu, Marek and Odeon lead Yugi and Ko to the Tablet of Lost Memories, where he must enter the world of memory to regain his past. After the pharaoh recovers them and discovers his name, Ishizu leads Yugi and his friends to the tomb of the pharaoh in order for Pharaoh Atem and Yugi to have a final duel in order to determine if the spirit will move on to the afterlife or remain in the present for another 5,000 years. When the duel is over and the tomb is destroyed, Ishizu states that her family's duties as the pharaoh's tomb keeper are finally complete since his spirit has returned to the Netherworld and the Millennium items have been sealed forever. Ishizu primarily plays Earth attribute fairy-type monsters which bear an Egyptian appearance. To counter Seto Kaiba's strategy of sending large amounts of cards to a graveyard, her deck revolved around returning the cards to his deck so that she could activate Exchange of the Spirit and cause him to deck out. Yami Marik mentioned that Ishizu even defeated Marik in the past with her deck. Some of the monsters that were included in her deck were Agido, Kelbeck, Keldo, Mudora, Solga. Some magic cards that she included were Michizur of Doom, Monster Reborn, Spell Reproduction, Sword of Dogra, Swords of Revealing Light, and finally the traps, Exchange of the Spirit, Muko, and Sacrifice's Blast. And with that, guys, that's another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Character Profiles done. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Don't forget to head over to Twitter to vote for who you would like next. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching.